welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we will be doing something a little bit different. As you can see, your girl is still in her work uniform. So I got off a little late today. We were doing inventories and I was like, well, this would be the perfect time for me to go ahead and do my military tag Army Edition video. So I follow a few people on YouTube who are active duty Army as well, and they did their military tag last year. So since I'm new to YouTube, I was like, girl, go ahead and tag yourself and do your own little military tag video. So I will be answering a few Army questions today. So I thought it would be fun if I invited a special guest to help me answer some questions. So today I have my battle with me, Sergeant Leslie. So I know him as AJ because that is my sister-in-law's cousin, but since we're, doing an Army video, I'm going to call him by his Army name, which is Sergeant Leslie. So when I first got to Fort Stewart, he was already here. He kind of like took me under his wing and he kind of like helped me, get used to the transition from being at AIT to being at my first duty station. So I thought it would be fun to have him come help with this video. So without further ado. Okay guys, so we're back and with me is Sergeant Leslie.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with the questions. Since he is my guest, I guess he can answer the questions first. It don't make sense to do that. So first question is, how long have you been in the Army?
I've been in the Army about 4.5 years now.
Is it 4.5 or are you sure about your answer?
Yes, 4.5 years.
Okay, so when did you leave for basic?
I left for basic in April
April
2014.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so yeah, that's about 4.5 years. So I've been in, it will be 3 years, February 22nd. So my 3-year mark is coming up. All right, so your next question is, what is your MOS?
I'm finance, 36 Bravo, bang bang. Best MOS in the whole Army.
Ooh, okay. So I am a 92 Yankee, and that is actually the best MOS in the Army. Bullets don't fly without supply. I told y'all that before, and I'm gonna tell y'all again.
Supply
okay?
don't got nothing if they ain't got no money. That's all I'm saying. But we'll keep going.
Okay, so what did you do before you joined the military?
I went to college. I was in college. I did about 3 years in college, and then I decided to join the Army.
So what were you doing in college? Like, what was you majoring in?
My major in college was accounting.
Oh, okay. So you stuck with the same thing when you went to the Army?
Yeah, that's why I chose finance, because it was close to what I was already doing. So.
Okay, well, yeah, that makes sense. So before I joined, I went to school, graduated, and then I was working at an orthopedic doctor's office, and I didn't like it. So I was just like, I want to do something different. So I decided to join the Army. So now I'm here. Okay, so next question. What are your plans for the future?
Right now, I don't really know, because I'm in between my contract. This contract ends in 2020. Okay. So right now I'm finishing up my master's degree. So after I finish that, I'm either gonna try to go officer or
he's trying to make that money.
Or I'm taking my talents elsewhere.
So the next question after that was basically, are you thinking about re-enlisting or no?
Honestly, I think for most people who re-enlist, it depends on what's going on in your life at that time. Sure. When that window comes open, sometimes life, things happen in life, and that'd be the best option for you. So as of right now, I don't plan on it, but once I get in that window, if it's the best option for me, then I'm gonna definitely do it.
That's true. So for me, I recently just re-enlisted for Germany, so that added 4 more years to my contract. So my future plans right now, I'm trying to do something a little different, but I ain't gonna disclose that information because I'm just waiting on God to be a good courage, because hopefully it goes my way. But as of right now, I will be leaving for Germany May 2020. So that is what I'm doing right now, but it's another plans that I have that hopefully those come So what is your favorite thing about the Army?
Say my favorite thing.
Your favorite thing about the Army
is some of the traveling I've done. That's the best
everywhere.
Thing.
This man been to Egypt, y'all. He been to Honduras.
I've been to Egypt.
Been everywhere.
Egypt and Honduras, and then while in Egypt, I traveled to Germany, and so the traveling is definitely a good part if you can find those good, sweet spots to go to in the Army. That's pretty much my favorite part about it.
Okay. My favorite parts, I do not know what my favorite part about the Army is. Cause it would be cliche to say, oh, my paycheck. Cause I mean, I can get a paycheck from. Let's see. That's corny too to say meeting new people. Cause, let's see. My favorite part about the Army. I'm drawing a blank. I really don't know. I mean, the job is cool. I'm gonna have to come back to that question. We're gonna come back to that. What was your favorite thing about Basic? Because I had my favorite about Basic. But not
my favorite thing about Basic?
Yes.
That day I got on the bus to go to AIT. That was the best thing that ever happened to me. Because, man, my time in Basic, I mean, I flew under the radar, so they didn't really say too much to me. But they didn't mess with me a lot because I was really trying to stay quiet and out of people's way. But, man, that was a rough time, man. That first 48 hours there, man, I was questioning my whole life. Why am I here, man? Like, them first 48, it was tough.
Yeah. I mean, Basic is fun, though. I would say my favorite part about Basic training was singing cadences. Like, I swear, you are away from the world. You don't listen, like, you don't have your phone. You can't, like, really talk to your family. You can't listen to music. So when it was time to get the march into a child and you get to sing, ooh, especially when you got the drill sergeant who put a little soul to the song, like, oh my God. Singing cadence probably was the best part of Basic training.
Well,
like,
she didn't go to Basic training.
I did go to Basic training.
When you went to Laxton Jackson, didn't you? Did you see a name like that? Laxton Jackson.
Jackson. Where did you go, Leonardwood?
No, I went to Fort Benning, home of the infantry. I'm out there with straight males. It was a terrible time.
Well, for me, singing cadence was the best thing to do in Basic training. So, yeah. What was the worst thing about Basic for you?
Say the worst thing is all the getting smoked for the getting smoked for what they call it, mass punishment or whatever.
I didn't like
that. That was probably the worst part. People, some people just gonna do stupid stuff.
They gonna do what they want to do
anyway. They can't help it. But then I get in trouble because he wanted to go and do something stupid. That was like, that's what blew me the most.
Yeah, that was annoying. I think the worst part for Basic for me was, so mind you training all day. It's literally all day. You wake up early, you training all day. And then when it was time to go to bed, it was like them females did not want to go to sleep. Like, we had to wait to do total line. As soon as the drill sergeant come in, everybody gotta be quiet. And then we do our little count off. And when it was time to go to bed, they was like up talking and laughing. I'm just looking like, we done worked so hard today. If y'all don't be quiet and go to sleep, like, that probably was the worst. Was just like when it was time to go to bed, everybody was just like up trying to do the most. Like, go to bed. We got an early day tomorrow.
Yeah, man,
so I used to hate that. But overall, Basic was fun. For me, it was fun.
It was fun for her.
If you going to Fort Jackson for Basic training,
Laxton Jackson.
No, it's not Laxton. It's fun. You will learn a lot. It's still gonna be, hard, but it's still fun too, people. It's still fun. So how was your transition from AIT to your first duty station?
I think it was pretty.
Time out, you sweating.
Like a bug. She don't like to run the AC round.
Okay, guys, so we're back. So before we left, the question was, how was your transition from AIT to your first duty station?
My transition, it wasn't too bad. I didn't really have somebody I could really talk to kind of walk me through all the things that I needed to do. It was kind of like, I just showed up, reported, and go through the whole in process in about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, depending on what time of the year you come. And then once they come get you from your unit on the last day, they take you around to in process the other places you need to in process.
Yeah.
But once you get through all the in processing and you actually get to your unit, it's not like being in training. The first, going through Basic and AIT is not like that really. It's not.
It's more relaxed.
It's a lot more relaxed. You still gotta get up and do your PT, but then you go to work, and then when you off at 5 or whatever time they release you, you pretty much 1700. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
My bad. Sometimes I be going back and forth between the civilian.
What you got on?
This one's. But it's after hours. I'm a civilian now. What you mean? Hey. So, once you get off at 1700, you pretty much free to do whatever you do until you got to report again. And it's very chill. It's not as high. It's not a high intense as it is when you go through basic training every day.
That's true.
It tapers off a lot.
It does, but don't get complacent and don't get comfortable with just being too chill, because
you don't want to get caught slipping.
You do not. Keep your military bearing at all times, because you'll run into that one sergeant major
that ain't got nothing better to do today. And he gonna ask you for your first sergeant name.
Yes, who your first one?
Yeah, and you
all that.
Yeah.
So don't get complacent.
Don't get caught slipping.
But yeah, my transition was not too bad, because I knew, when I first got to Fort Stewart, I knew you, so that was one person that I knew. And I mean, in processing was maybe it was 2-3 weeks for me, because we came July time, so that was something. It was a lot of us. So, the one thing I will say, coming from, my AIT was at Fort Lee, Virginia. So coming from Fort Lee to Fort Stewart, when I got here, I had to get acclimated to the weather, because Fort Stewart is very humid, and we took a PT test. Now look, I'm not the best runner, but I can do a little something. I ain't slow. But when I got here, I was dying. I barely.
It felt good outside. It felt good outside. You Southern? I'm Southern, so I like it. It's perfect here for me.
No, I'm from Ohio, so we go through all 4 seasons. It just be hot here, and then a little chilly. I was like, But that transition for me was crazy. But other than that, getting to my unit, that was kind of smooth. So they looked out when I had got here, so that was cool. So it wasn't too bad, but it is a very different, it's a different lifestyle once you leave basic AIT and then come to your first duty station.
That's pretty much sums it up, yeah.
But yeah. Oh, so the last question to wrap up this video would be, would you do it all over again?
If I had to do it all over again,
would you do it?
I would do it.
What?
I would do it. Because of my once you decide that you're going to join the Army, most people when they join, they have reasons why.
Yeah.
And my reasons why are so important to me that the sacrifices I had to make to go through to get to where I am today, it was all worth it. So I would do it again. Now, along the way, would have been some things I probably would have done differently.
Yeah.
Yes, but the decision to come in would have been the same.
Yeah. Same for me too, because honestly, the Army is easy. You literally just wake up, you do PT, and then you go to work. Now with that, you do want to pick a job that you will enjoy. A lot of times people that get to MEPS and it's just well, what's the first thing? What can you offer me? No, that's the wrong answer. You should always do your research.
And don't always go for the money, because
do not.
The money will be good, but you may end up in a job because I know some people, they offer cooks $30,000 to come be a cook, and boy, by golly, I had to do KP duty, which is not even really, you're not even really a cook, but I went through had to see what they went through. Oh, it ain't worth it. Nah, no, I'm telling you. So just like you say, do your research on your job, and if I was you, I would get up the ASVAB book and actually try to, study a little bit. You ain't got to go too crazy with it.
Why not?
But I would definitely put some effort into it, because you got to think, you're going to be doing this, whatever this job you pick, you're going to be doing it for the next 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
So you don't want to pick something that you're going to hate. And then also, the ASVAB is a very important test, because you get what they call a GT score out of it.
Your GT score is the most important part of your ASVAB. You want to make sure you get a 110. If you get a 110, that's standard, but always achieve or something better. But 110 is very important, because once you have that 110, you can do different things in the Army, as far as doing it warrant officer, being a regular officer, or commissioned officer. What I say, Old Guard?
Yeah, Old Guard.
You can do that too. You need a 110 for that. So anything where you want to progress in the Army, you need a GT score of a 110. So it's very important to take the ASVAB serious.
Exactly. Take it very seriously.
Yeah.
And don't get caught up in whatever goes on at your first duty station.
Yes, I hate when people be you can't really judge off your first duty station, because everywhere is different. so when people be like, "Oh, my first duty station was whack, I'm getting out," like you're not really giving the Army the opportunity to, like, you know.
And another thing, I've noticed personally, once I became an NCO, a lot of different. The higher you go up, the better the opportunities and better
More
jobs
doors open up
and stuff like that open up for you. It's not really that much when you know you're low enlisted, but since I became a sergeant, I've been able to get some pretty cool assignments and
you always had nice assignments though.
You know.
Whatever. But yeah, that's really important too, that you can't base it off your first duty station. So
because not every duty station is gonna be the same, and then you gotta keep in mind your leadership. 9 times out of 10, you only gonna have that leadership for 1 year. Because we moving so much and they changing out so often that if you do have a circuit leadership, that you probably won't have them for too long, because you're gonna have to be changing out. Either you gonna be leaving or they're gonna be leaving. So you just gonna kind of let that make your decision for you. That first duty station, you know.
You got any more tips for these YouTubers?
Man, go Army. Be all you can be.
Cool. Anyways, okay, so that was basically it for the military Army edition tags. So we'll probably do more videos like this. I hope you guys enjoy. We'll probably do more videos like that where I have special guests, you know, come and do videos with me. So do not forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and I will see you guys next time.